Hi guys, welcome back to my class. So in this video I'm going to show you how to use the pointer to point to a string and manipulate the pointer to display back the string. Okay, look at this example. Given the following declaration, write a C++ program which prints the characters in the C string in reverse order using pointer notations. Okay, for instance, you have A, B, C, D. You have to use the pointer to point to these strings, okay, C string, and then you have to display them in reverse order, which is DCPA. Okay, remember before you write the coding, what are the four steps? The first step, requirements, and come up with your expected output. So when you use the pointer to point to this chart, so basically this is how it looks like. Okay, you have this A, B, C, D. Again, this chart, this string is basically an array of a chart A, B, C, D, and each element given an index value 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, if you create the pointer ptr and point to this string, for that, this is the address for each of the elements. Because they are in chart character, so their bytes is 1 byte. So basically 1 byte, 1 byte, and 1 byte. Alright, remember what is the pointer? Pointer by definition is the variable that stores address of other variables. If you use pointer point to this array, if you store the first address for this array, which is 0001 address, it's storing the address of 0001. Then to display the content of this array, remember you have to dereference your pointer using these equations +0. +0 means you display the first letter. If you have pointer ptr +1, it means that you have this address 0001 plus 1 byte equal to 0002. It will display you B. This one will display you A. Okay, if you dereference the pointer +2, which means that you are going to add this address by 2 bytes, you have 003. You dereference the content of this address, you will get C. And the last one, ptr +3, okay, will give you the last address, which is D. Alright, so basically once you understand the requirements, you have to come up with the flowchart. Start. Okay, you have to assign your pointer to this array. I give a name, maybe string lah. Okay, this is a char string. You have 4 elements. Alright, so this is ptr. Hold on, this is str. Okay, if you notice that I didn't add this ampersand in front of this str. In the normal pointer to point to a single variable, remember what is the syntax? You have to put this ampersand, right? For instance, A, because you are assign the address for this variable A into this pointer. If this A is a single variable, if let's say this you are pointing to an array, you don't need to put this ampersand. Why? Because if you are pointing to an array, this array is basically behave like the address. It's actually behave like the address, okay, of the address in this context. Therefore, you can omit this ampersand. Okay, if you are pointing to the single variable, you have to put this ampersand. If you are pointing to an array for integer, array for a char, Okay, you can just omit this ampersand because this array is behave like the address. Actually it's a pointer. Alright, so you point to this array. The next step, you have to initialize I equal to 4. Why I equal to 4? Because this is I equal to index. Because as I mentioned, you cannot convert or you cannot manipulate the array in one shot. You have to manipulate element by element because you are going to display the string in a reverse order. So we have to start from the last positions. Okay, last positions. Yeah, this one should be 3. Yeah, this one should be 3. Okay, start from the last position. Initial condition will be I equal to 3. Your checking condition will be as long as I is less than as long as I is small or equal to 0, as long as small to 0, then you will continue. And then what is your update conditions? Your update condition will be -1 because you have to start from the last index and then you -1, second index -1, and then -1 until you get -1. Is it more than 0? No, so it will come up from this looping. Alright, so at this part it will continue with as long as your index more than 0, then it will display the content for the particular for that index. Alright, so it will -1 until the last element here, and then come up from the looping true, false. Alright, then end the program. Okay, to retrieve or to display the content, okay, of a pointer, you can use either, as I mentioned, the referencing. Okay, and then you have +2, +3, right? Or you can straight away put this pointer, put this array. This is index, right? Index. You can either use the referencing or you can use this index. It will give you the same output. It means that you're going to retrieve the content. Alright, so once we come up with this flowchart, understand the whole picture here. So the next step is you have to start to write your own coding. Okay, now move on to the program writing. Okay, remember you have this char, you have a string. Okay, you have a size 5, and then you store ABCD. Then you have a pointer PTR. Alright, and then you have to start to point the pointer to this array of char. So no ampersand, no ampersand is required if pointer is pointing array. An array. Alright, and then what is the next step? You have to use for loop. Okay, for I equal to 3, so you have to declare your I. What's your I? Okay, I is as long as it's 3 is more than 0, I negative. Okay, then you have to display. To display, you can either use this one or you can use PTR I equal to 3. Okay, and then C out N. Alright, and then you return 0. Alright, is everything okay? Then I will run the program. Yes, so it will become DCBA. Okay, so let's try. Let's say I don't want to use this dereferencing. I use ptr. We run the program. Yeah, it will show me the same output. Okay, it's actually same as referencing ptr plus I. Alright, so that's all for today. So I will see you in the next class. Bye.